the bags and having the African dudes.
I have no idea what no.
No?
I don't know. It was like, and they would get rated. It would get rated. They would get rated when we were young too.
Yes.
And it was all like very much like on the low. Like you had to go in and like whisper to the person.
Right. Right.
Like, I want a Louis Vuitton. And then it became African, but I don't know when that happened. And then when it just became like on the street.
That just happened.
Yeah.
There was no Africans on Canal Street. Not even 2 years ago. Maybe a full year ago.
Right.
You know, it was all like Chinese people, Asian people.
Yeah.
Temperature it is.
It's everything. Okay.
All right, my people.
All right.
You're first. You're always first on the mic check.
Oh. 1 2 1 2.
Mic check. 1 2 1 2. All right.
Do it. Okay. Goal for end of year. By end of year, we're gonna have an intro.
Yeah. Oh, so I got deceived. I listened to our podcast from last week today, and I thought it sounded like you put some like sci-fi techno thing at the end. It was Spotify transitioning from our podcast to another like very legit, like heavily produced podcast. I thought you had put like some special touch, but no, yeah.
I'm gonna go
we'll work on that.
I'm gonna like go to Canva, I think.
Okay.
This like app and try to do it myself.
Okay.
Or else I'll get, someone way more legit at doing things like this.
Yes.
Well, I'll have them. I was thinking more video because
Yeah.
I was just watching other podcasts on YouTube, which we have to get on at some point.
I say this every morning. Tomorrow, I'll create our handle. We'll dump the whole thing on YouTube, and then the comment section is going to be aggressive. I'm not reading them. You could read the comment section and then distill it for me.
Anyway, all of that to just say we don't have an intro, but hi, it's Wednesday,
October 22nd.
October 22nd.
Knicks opener.
Knicks opener.
We didn't wear Knicks colors. Well, we got like the
New York Raised Us podcast.
we got like the alt road look, the black and the blue.
The Empire State Building is lit up blue and orange. I have, I'm running on a few brain cells, as I've declared on this podcast.
Yes.
Especially at 7:30 at night, which is not late to most people, but.
So sponsor search. Is there a nootropic brand out there? I know they all claim to like make you a very steady genius that will make us energized, no jitters, even though caffeine doesn't give me jitters anymore. And clear-headed.
I think we're just going to try to do this during the day.
I know. Then I'm going to be super caffeinated. You don't even need
And it's going to be a different type of energy. And if it's whack, then we're going to go back
to nights. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But this might be our last night show.
Last night game.
For
pushing it up.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah. And then we'll switch it back up.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Whatever.
Keep ourselves on our.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah.
We walked here, took a different route. Was much faster. Backseat walker over here likes to take a different route and claims it's more efficient. And we walked here in way less time. So I'll take some credit for that.
Mm-hmm. Another forced march. We were moving fast, sweating.
Were we? Well, the weather is, I don't know what's going on.
We're back to
I checked my app. It said it feels like 50. I put on layers and I was sweating. Yeah. So it doesn't really feel like 50 to me.
Yeah. Windy.
I'm not going to go too deep into this until the dust settles a little bit. I'm a little bit more informed, but Canal Street is.
People of Canal Street.
People of Canal. It's quiet out there.
Yeah.
Big ice raid yesterday.
Apparently so.
And apparently a protest tonight, but I think we just missed it in our walk.
Yeah.
Wild.
The handbag crew on both the north and south side have fled, been swept up. Merch, nothing. The canal is
quiet. Very quiet.
Yeah.
Oddly quiet.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I didn't admit to this. I don't know what the calculation is for someone just trying to make a buck in this country under questionable status. And I don't know who got swept up yesterday. I don't know what their legal status is. And all this is, everything that's going on is going to be sussed out in the courts, maybe. But it will be litigated at some point, either in the court of public opinion or literally a court. But, you know, I saw these guys out there hustling. I'm just like, you know, it's, I feel like they're really on borrowed time, at least with their merch, which we saw a sweep of their merch the other day. And now apparently ICE came and who knows what questions were asked, but Canal Street was quiet tonight and a lot clean, like a lot less busy. Yeah.
Yeah. Less busy, more quiet.
Yeah.
We got to see a sign. What did it say? At one of the retail, like one of the apparel shops.
Oh, okay.
We actually got to like see things on the street. What did it say? Harry had to stop to look at it.
So I should know this, but I'm getting old and my street vernacular is slipping, you know. It showed a guy, a figure, you know, in a ski mask, what I would call a ski mask.
Yeah.
But it was at this, what's the fucking shoe store called? I'm going to forget already.
Origins.
Origins, there you go. They've got fire shoes. I've got a crazy pair of Air Force Ones that were like gray and suede, and I want them desperately. I can't find them. It said no shiesties, and it showed a dude in a ski mask. I didn't know they're called shiesties, but the streets again, undefeated. That's the perfect name for a ski mask. Like you're probably doing shiesty shit if you're wearing a ski mask. At least pre-COVID.
Also become popular post-COVID. It's
great,
right?
Yeah.
Like all the kids are wearing them, or at least that's what you say.
Cheers to our sponsor.
Rockaway. We forgot. Part of our intro needs to be like, welcome to the New York
Brought to you by Rockaway Soda.
Welcome to the New York Raised Us podcast.
Yes.
Powered by Rockaway Soda.
Yes. She has lime mint for all the only listeners. She has lime mint. I have berry biscuits. Delicious. Cheers.
Yeah.
Shout out to our sponsor, Rockaway. Always holding us down. So back to the shiesties. Great. You know, I almost took a picture.
Name.
The guy was going to let me in the store. I'm like, no, bro, I just want to like look at that sign. I'm going to take a picture.
Those can be horrifying. I hated how popular they were post.
And still to this extent.
Well, teens are horrifying in general.
Teens are always horrifying.
Yeah, teens on the train. Oh God, it's like the last thing I want to be with is teens on the train.
Yeah.
Remember
number one
when I had the distillery.
Number 1A.
I had the distillery. It was on Meadow Street between Bogart and Meadow. Wait,
Ike? Somewhere what they called it.
I can't believe it. 23 Meadow Street, whatever. By the Grand Street stop on the L, and there's that high school there on the corner.
Campus. Let's go. Let's go. They had so many.
It's also the like headquarters for school safety for New York City.
I know.
So there's always like a million cop cars, school safety people. The kids are wild, and got to witness some savage teen behavior. It's funny, like how another thing that makes you feel old when you're like, ugh, the teens on the train.
Yeah, between the screaming, squawking, it sounds, primal. The squawking, the slap boxing that might become like actual fist fighting, the PDA. Damn, these teens in the PDA.
Oh my God, last week in the park.
Fornicating in front of children.
Like,
come on.
Pretty much. It was like by where we live in Rockefeller Park, like North Battery Park City. It is like it's maybe the most densely populated kids under 5 there in that like enclave.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. And like nannies and parents. And there are 2 teens like literally
melded together.
Like
might have.
Just, I don't know. And me and one of the nannies that I'm friendly with were like, get a fucking room. Like, yes. I'm like, what is this? Like, I would never at that. Like, I did a lot of dumb shit, which we'll talk about later on this podcast in my teens.
Yeah.
But like that, like, ew, like you're in front of a bunch of like 3-year-old like children from 0 to like 5 and their caregivers.
The fundamental problem with teens.
Go somewhere else. I would be mortified.
Yeah, I don't think they think 5 seconds in the future. I did not.
Neither did I, but that was something that I would never do. I would have gone to like a cool spot.
Yes.
Not like, hey, let's roll around in the grass in front of the playground.
I feel like
with the children.
Yes.
That's just gross.
I feel like
weird.
In junior high and then also clearly in high school, there were some like heavy PDA petting couples. That's just like what they did, like made out super intensely. And that couple we saw was probably that. They're just like showing their love for each other.
Anyway, the shiesties. Now we learned something new today.
We're calling shiesties.
We're getting cooler by the second.
I'm going to wear a shiesty to the podcast. Next week. I saw a rapper named, well, everyone knows who Kodak Black has done this before, and I'm going to follow suit.
Okay, it'll be Halloween, so
it's all good.
All right, whatever.
Yes.
But I hated how those became popular post-COVID.
Yes.
The teens especially.
Yes.
They're disorienting.
They are disorienting.
Masks in general are.
But leave it to people to just get super inventive fashion-wise and just make it a thing.
Yeah.
Byproduct of the pandemic. Yeah.
Anyway, I guess we should recap. Let's recap our week.
Quick recap.
So we went out, I guess firstly, which is funny because like we went out for a drink last week. I'm not going to like identify the bar or anything. It's an awesome bar. But
if you are one of our 12 listeners, you know what bar it is.
Well, we didn't necessarily go to the bar that I said we went to.
We didn't. We definitely didn't.
Whatever. The bar we did go to is an awesome cocktail bar. Had a great drink there that I've had before. And then had this weird exchange with the bartender. And if you know me in my past life, not only like being a descendant of a bar owner, but also like being in the liquor business for 10 years, I love a good bartender banter. But I'm not the type to be like, make me a cocktail. I know that's annoying for bartenders. I know them well. Well, most of them. I shouldn't generalize. But after my first drink, I was like, okay, we have time for one more. And I described what I liked. The cocktail list was very, very long.
So make you a cocktail.
No, the cocktail list was very, very long.
Very extensive.
And I was like, okay, like, let me just cut through the noise here. We got like, the clock is ticking on the babysitter. Like, let me just tell, I was like, I really like this drink, but since you guys are an awesome cocktail bar, like, let me try something else. This is what I like, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, okay, there's nothing like that on the menu. And I was like, okay, no. Like, I don't want you to like come up and create some concoction. Like, I'm good. I'll just order my like go-to cocktail or the cocktail I feel like right now. And he's like, no, I got you. Like, I know what you like, da-da-da-da. He serves me something that didn't taste bad, but it was nothing like what I described. It was so awkward. He was like, and he presented it to me and he was like, I know you didn't ask for this, but like I made this syrup.
He busted out of his pocket.
He brought out the mason jar of the syrup that he made.
Out of nowhere.
And he gave me the
questionable origins,
the drink. And like, what the fuck am I? Thankfully, it was drinkable.
Fine.
It was fine, but like, it was not what I asked for at all, or like described. And I was like, I don't want you to go out of your way to like pretend to make some. Anyway, interesting experience. I drank the drink. I didn't really want to, but it didn't taste bad, but it wasn't what I wanted, but I was too. It was too. He was like, I know this isn't what you ask, and I'll make you what you asked for, but like I made this syrup and I really like it, so here's the drink. So like, what are you supposed to do with that? Be like, thanks, but no thanks.
So what I think happened is,
and then I watched him at the end of the bar, and he was taking shots with other patrons. So I was like, oh, he's
that's
drunk.
always the wild card, is if a bartender's been drinking and drinking in excess.
He didn't seem like it. I was was one drink in when I was talking to him, and he didn't seem
no.
But I don't know the guy.
When you like do online shopping, right? You like click down the drop menu and you like look gender in theory, click male, click female, click your size, click what color you want. I think you set up like 7 of filters, and it should have came back in his mind as no results, like order back from the menu. And instead he was like, I'm going to wing it and give you like a tequila old fashioned. And that was not at all what you asked for.
And I just
shouldn't have done it. He was playing hero ball.
But I was like, I'm not trying to ask you to like create a cocktail for me.
No.
I was just trying to get you to pick one for me off this long list because I'm on a time crunch and I'm not reading through everything, and this is what I like.
Unless you can create this cocktail for me.
And I was like, oh, I'm usually just like going to order what I want, but I'm like, I'm at a good cocktail bar. Like I should order something that they've created to try. Anyway, it wasn't awkward. It was like, I drank the drink. It wasn't, if it was undrinkable, I don't know, I might have had a different reaction.
So in short,
or just been like, oh, this is really good, but like also give me what I asked for.
So beware freelancing at cocktail bars. Like order off the menu, order a classic, or like unless the person seems.
I wasn't trying to freelance. I was just trying to tell him to tell me the cocktail that I want.
I know, it's true. It's true. All right, so that we did go to that was Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we did pumpkin patch.
Oh yeah, we had a pumpkin weekend. I'm done with pumpkin shit until
You're not done with pumpkin shit. We've got at least 11 more days of pumpkin shit.
No,
Halloween yet.
I'm only doing Halloween now.
We have 4 pumpkins in our home.
Yeah. Well, you had to deal with an arts and crafts like activity
That's great.
that was scheduled for Diwali by like one of our awesome neighbors because everyone fucking scrambles. Like, what are you doing with your kids? Because they have a holiday every fucking week, which I ranted about last week, but you know, it's kind of ridiculous. Not that like, you know, basically, what is the solution to this problem?
Why don't you, let's go preemptive, Empress,
right? Like, I'm not going to repeat what I said last week. I went through the holidays we had last year, when we were growing up in New York City. Yes. Now we've got a million different types of people, a million different holidays that want to be acknowledged, which is great. It's
and
like
they're all important.
The best part of New York City is like all the diversity, like all of the people that your kids can go to school with if they go to public school for the most part.
Yeah.
But it's untenable to manage a family with the holidays.
Yes.
It's just real, like, it gets, like, if you have kids, and if you're just a human, people like routine, right? Like, you get accustomed to, like, the flow of things, and then all of a sudden you have a day off every week for every ethnicity under the sun, and, like, it's just really stressful. And then everyone's on a group text, like all the parents of the class, like, who's doing what? What are you doing with your kids today?
Moving
like
target, yes.
So anyway, I don't know what the solution is, but I'm noodling on it for when I'm never mayor or in a position of power to.
Come on, you are.
Is this a mayoral decision or it's a DOE decision, or does the mayor? What's the relationship?
Let's ask Mom Donnie / me when I have enacted my plan, but we could start with, I mean, I'm not.
I know the teachers union is strong, but this is what I'm thinking off the cuff.
Do it.
American holidays only.
Dictatorist for a day.
Okay, like you get American holidays only, which would be, I guess, in the calendar, in the school year, you get
Veterans Day,
Thanksgiving.
Okay. Or President's Day?
Well, I mean, I don't know. President's Day?
Right.
MLK, is it American holiday? Yep. Indigenous Peoples Day? I don't know. This is a debate. But I think that you basically like have to sort of eliminate, and maybe it's eliminating the American holidays too.
Make it non-sectarian. Yeah.
Especially ones where the parents don't have off from work.
Yep.
Right? Like, so Election Day, I know we need the schools for people to vote. So like that's sort of in its own class.
We could also vote on weekends, but that's a whole other
thing. Stock market's not, closed on a lot of these holidays. People have to work.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very complicated, but there needs to be a solution because it's not sustainable, in my opinion. Or it's just going to keep adding holidays. It's disruptive to the children. It's disruptive to the parents. I say we eliminate them all. Maybe we have end of year into beginning of the year break, which would be, and that's because the world sort of shuts down from a work perspective then as well. So like we could rebrand it not Christmas, end of year into New Year's break.
Winter solstice break.
I don't know. Maybe you get President's Week because it's American. I don't know. You pick a few weeks a year, 3 weeks a year, whatever it is.
Do chunks.
And that's the holiday. And then every kid gets like, I don't know, let's make it up, 3 to 5 personal days where they can select like, okay, your family celebrates Diwali. That's important to you. Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, Easter, Passover, like
Lunar New Year,
Lunar New Year, whatever. Something I don't even know about.
Yes.
Many things I don't even know.
Yes.
And then, the teachers will probably have something to say because they want their holidays too. But we end the school year at whatever the days make sense. That is, beginning of June, middle of June. I don't know what the days would be.
Yeah.
And then camp starts. And then you can manage camp with your family for X number of days.
And you also, and you touched upon this weekend, we were talking about this and you were, kicking this idea around. I don't know what the number is, but I'm very convinced it's in the 6 figures. Of children in New York City public schools, many of them are dependent on 2 meals a day from these schools.
That's another thing, right? That's got me going about snow days.
Right.
We never had snow days as kids. It had to be like a really, really treacherous situation.
Yes.
Where like you were really putting child's and staff members' lives at risk in terms of a commute. And that would also mean that no one was going to work either, probably, right? Like offices weren't going to be open. Like the blizzard of 96 is the infamous one that we all remember from our youth, our childhood. But kids, I think, I don't know what the stat is. I could easily look it up.
Hundreds of thousands.
Like a good percentage of New York City public schools rely they eat from the school, breakfast and lunch. And I think sometimes maybe after school.
I don't know, but
that is serious.
Yeah.
Like you close the school that number of days, like kids are not eating or potentially not eating.
Right. Potentially not eating. It's more money out of, a service that in theory is paid for, or it is paid for by our taxes. And now these people are shelling out money out of their own pocket because breakfast and lunch is not there for them. So I'm with you.
Anyway,
this got to get straightened out. I mean, it's not going to. It's obviously codified, but we're not trying to say this to be insensitive. It's just
because other people are going to come saying like, why can't I have my holiday?
Yeah.
And why can't you have your holiday when everyone else you have to have a certain number of representation in the school system to get what gets you your holiday?
5 personal days. Take your birthday off.
I'm saying you have like an excused absence, whatever.
Yeah.
Because I do think there is at some point, like if you have a number of unexcused absences, like you're in jeopardy of being left back or whatever, you get in trouble. But you have like however many excused absences.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't mean to go on that rant, but you had me fired up from pumpkins. You had to do more pumpkin shit on Diwali because there was nothing else to do.
Yes.
And people were trying to entertain their children with.
The boy and I did a pretty good job. I like my little pumpkin.
But we had 3 days of pumpkin shit this past weekend.
And I can't wait to do more pumpkin stuff
next week. We went to a pumpkin patch.
Yeah, shout out to Aviator, end of Flatbush Avenue.
Green Meadows Farm has a pop-up at Aviator.
Aviator's huge.
At the end of Flatbush Avenue, right before you hit
Floyd Benefield, sorry.
Yeah. But that was cute.
Yeah.
It was like a petting zoo, great for a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Petting zoo,
Hayride.
Pumpkin patch, which was just like pumpkins on random pallets that they had brought in from a farm.
Yep.
It wasn't exactly like picking pumpkins off the vine. Candy, a hayride.
Almost got locked up.
The hayride was hilarious. It was just like driving around the parking lot of Aviator on like a big tractor with hay. But it checked all the boxes for a 3-year-old. It was $15. Like, okay.
The head of lettuce to feed the goats was 10.
Also, that, and we went to, that's where they get their profit.
That's a great hustle.
Yeah. I bought 2 heads of lettuce because my niece also came with us.
Yeah.
And, I had to get 1 head of lettuce for each kid to feed the animals. $20 on. And the pony ride was $5 each. They just walk around for 30 seconds. Like, so anyway, good shout outs to Green Meadows Farm and your hustle.
I want to be a carny. I want to be a seasonal carny worker.
Where some business advice though, not enough food and beverage. You're missing out on a high margin food and beverage.
Maybe some cider.
I mean, I don't know if you could pull up. I don't know if you'd legally be able to have alcohol, but like hot cider donuts, whatever.
There was one food thing, and it was the trash was overflowing. It was insane. Spread it out. Spread it out. Get like 3 to 4 concessions.
Very cute. They had trailers for the kids.
Yes.
Tractors. And
all the kids were dressed up as Halloween kids. Everyone was all Halloween down.
Yeah, because everyone dresses up every day. And then by the time Halloween comes, the kids are burnt out, exhausted. And anyway, I don't need to rant about Halloween again. But then we went to Boo at the Zoo on Sunday.
Bronx
Zoo, which was cool. Didn't know they served beer there, but we had beer
we found it.
At the zoo with our kids. And I was like, does this feel wrong? And then I looked around and like every other family had beer. And like we went to get one and there was a mom in front of us and she was like, I felt like a bad mom. And
then we bought 4 beers.
Yeah. I will say cool New York shit about both events was like talk about tying into holidays. You had every fucking race, ethnicity, religion under the sun, just doing good family shit.
Yeah.
And it's really cool.
This is great. Anywhere. They have DJs, they got bubbles, they've got face painting, they've got beer, obviously.
You could pick every color, every religion, everyone was represented.
Yes.
And everyone's just there like trying to like take care of their kids, enjoy the day. Both days were beautiful. So props to New York for having everything, including every type of person.
You just gotta pack up your kids, and that that
the schlep is
the schlep is so real. But once
schlep is a whole other.
Yes, but once you're there, it is rewarding. It is.
I think that's all we did. Whatever. Big work week.
Yeah,
big energy. But I think I'm going to save that for next week, and it might probably be a whole episode about business.
Okay, got it. Just like shoehorn.
A lot of.
I have to do a Halloween Dictator for a Day tie-in. So just shoot, like carve me out.
I
like
think
5.
my news is more important.
It totally is, but I'm just gonna like end it with insanity. You know.
Cool. I think that. I don't know. What day is today? Wednesday. I'm also a day behind or a day ahead this week. Like every day feels like it's not the day of the week that it should be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those weeks are always disorienting as well.
Yeah.
Okay. You had a topic I think you wanted to
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about it more and more, and I'm wondering on like a human level. And I mean, like, spanning our species.
We're getting this meta right now.
Yes.
On our New York raised us.
But I think it's so concentrated in New York that I think it's like the actual fuel that, and like there's plenty of movies predicated on this. I know this is like clearly a sign of the times in America, in the world, but is like rage and animosity the underlying rocket fuel that like kind of propels this city forward? Or do you think it just like jams up the cogs? Because, you know, I think about it and I feel like the entire city is just based on like people being on edge and being sent, like not entirely, but like at least 75% on edge. And like things can just go off at any moment. And it's like drivers hate pedestrians. And then when those same pedestrians get in cars, they hate pedestrians themselves. And everyone hates bikers and bikers hate all of us. And that's just the traffic. That's just like the human traffic moving back and forth, and everyone's thrown on top of each other. It's a smallish city, given that there's 8.2 million people. It's not, you know, so like we're all, and like Manhattan is just like, obviously where everything ebbs and flows out of, and everyone's thrown on top of each other. So I'm trying to like is just having beef with other people, whether it's just, you're so angry, you get set off. Is that like what propels this city forward?
I think
it's not love. It's not love.
I disagree. I think
love
there's
of things.
big energy. There's big energy in the city. There's, to your point, a lot of people in a small, you know,
geographic area.
Yeah, geographic footprint.
Yeah.
And we're all like conduits of energy. Not to get all spiritual and meta, which I am, and you wouldn't know, but like we're all conduits of energy, right? And there's just constant energy exchanges occurring.
Extraordinarily kinetic,
between humans. And I think that inherently a lot of people who are drawn to living here are of a certain type of energy and a certain type of pace. I think a lot about pace in my own life. I really like to go hard, fast. Like I like to operate at a very like intense in all the ways, but at fast pace too. And I think this city is fast paced. I think the people who are drawn here are fast paced. I think people who are drawn here are, you know, looking for maybe not to find themselves, to make it, to hustle, to, you know,
scratch that itch.
Whatever.
The adrenaline.
There's
rush.
a lot. And it's also like not exactly because of that and because of just the inherent nature of New York City. It's not exactly like a relaxing place.
No.
Right? It's not like you're sitting quietly at peace in the wilderness.
No. Farthest thing from it.
So I think energy, I would say that I don't think it's like animus that fuels the city. I think it's energy of all sorts, light and dark energy.
Okay. But I
think it's big on both. I think it's intense on both extremes.
Do you feel like dark's winning? This is the cynical glass half empty person.
Definitely not.
Right. I mean, we haven't collapsed into anarchy pretty much. So, okay, that's fair. But I feel like every time I walk by someone that's on the phone, they're usually talking shit about someone else. I'm not
I think life is stressful too, right? Everyone's got their own shit that they're carrying.
So much yelling, so much honking, so much physicality.
There's a lot of tension.
And I wonder, I know New York's always had like the rap for like cabbie yelling at you, like, get the fuck out of here. And like all that, but like with like a fat cigar in their mouth and, you know, the whole thing. The wooden bead.
I picture more a cigarette than a cigar.
Sure.
Maybe a cabbie in like the early 1900s.
Yeah. There's always been that. And like, just like, you know, the wisecracking New York voice. But I feel like we have now entered a new phase where like, it's just anything and everything goes off at all times. It's just a constant pile of chaos. So just kind of wondering is this byproduct of the internet? Is this byproduct of...
No, I thought you wanted to relate this back to
I'm going to.
Oh.
So like, I'm trying to think when I was in high school, when we were in high school, like it just seemed a lot more different.
Me? You remember like my parents' generation, my dad, like how he would beef with the cars. My mom would get out of cars at red lights.
Yeah.
Like if someone had cut her off and then they got to a red light, my mom would get out of the car and start banging on the like person who cut her off's window. And I was like, at some point when I got to be like whatever age where I was cognizant of like, could be dangerous. I was like, Mom, someone's going to just shoot you one day. Like,
it's before ubiquitous guns though. It's before like people actually shoot you.
I don't know. She was a woman. Like they could choke her out.
Yes.
So that's no, I don't think it's an internet thing. I don't.
So that's like my macro ask because we were talking about this on the way here. I know what the boomer generation's about, right? I was raised by boomers. You were raised by boomers. Then there's Gen X who are like our older cousins. Like we actually have older cousins that are in Gen X. We are in fact elder millennials, close to Xennials, but it's Gen Z that I know nothing about except for how mass culture depicts them in like whatever dumb shit comes onto my internet feed and on my reels. And we have a son that's Gen Alpha and we have a daughter that's Gen Bravo. We will see what they're like.
Yeah, they're babies.
But is Gen Z like brawling like our generation was and the previous generations were? Are they fighting, or is it like all this like anti-bullying initiative, which are good things? I mean,
or are they fighting on the internet, which is not in real life,
right? And destroying.
I mean, we know that's been a problem. We know that that internet bullying is horrible, and I hope that the world changes a lot more. Like at least the internet changes a lot more before we have to start thinking about that for our kids because it's terrifying.
Doubtful. You just had your ChatGPT.
Not saying that like being a teenager is easy pre-internet, but I think it's less complicated. It was less complicated.
Yes,
because it was certainly,
if you're going to talk
shit. Teenager's a teenager.
Right. If you're going to talk shit in high school, eventually it would get back to the person you're talking shit about. And then the question is like whether or not you're fighting or like you just like make up rumors about each other and then fucking go about your way. And, that's, whereas.
I didn't have that experience in high school.
No. I
had a group of girlfriends for like half a second in high school.
And then you're like.
And I was like, I'm not doing this shit.
Yeah.
I'm going with the boys.
Go with the boys.
Never looked back.
Yeah.
And then I wound up having this awesome group of girlfriends in college, and there was no bullshit. There still isn't. And it's funny, we've said like in 20 years since we've been in college, like it's interesting that we just had no bullshit in our group. So I never had like the rumor, or at least I don't recall in high school, like the gossipy rumor mean girl bullshit at all. Hung out with the guys, observed the guys being guys.
Naturally.
I got into one fight in college, but we can talk about high school beef first.
Yeah, I feel like the inevitable clashes were almost always over girls, or just like what your realm was for girls or for guys for that matter. But like, I feel like.
So you fought with your friends?
No, that's not entirely true. Not
like, are we talking physically, verbal or physical?
Not physically. That's certainly not true. Not physically. But no, there was some overlap with girls that caused some animosity. By and large, my fault. Not by and large, entirely my fault. And I feel like but that's not even what I'm talking about. Well, shit. I mean, there it is. That cat's out of the bag. But that's old news. That was, 25 years ago. I'm talking about like, there'd be crews of dudes, whether it be sports related, whatever it may be, common interest, whatever it is. And then like, I feel like you're competing for the same school of, like you're competing for like a school of fish, right? And I feel like within that high school ecosystem, like it was very tough for, and this is the story as old as time. I mean, there's movies based on it that like the two sets of guys were just like never going to be friendly with each other because they clearly they were competing over the same resources.
But I don't think this is New York. This is not,
No.
this doesn't,
No, but
are we talking about New York? Are we talking about it all? We're talking about New York in general.
So I'm zooming in quickly for high school, and then I'll zoom out like where the
talking about high school, our high school beef versus Gen Z. We don't know anything about Gen Z high school beef.
No, and I wonder what's going on with like, is Gen Z or is it just like entirely online, or do they actually carry stuff out and like actually fight and like do after school shit, or is it and like terrorize, or is it all just online fucking stupid screen names and like doing it anonymously?
I don't know.
Yeah. And then, I mean, on a less micro, but like zoomed out level, like, do you feel like a lot of New York is like, I feel like there just used to be so much ethnic tension and now it's like pretty diffused.
Are we sticking with high school and our experience?
We're jumping around.
And I'm losing it here.
Okay. Well, we'll go back to high school. All right. Like,
well, I can tell you New York shit, right? As it relates to high school in my observation.
Yeah.
There were in Rockaway, like the public school kids.
Right.
I'm talking men, really, boys, whatever you would call it, teenage male. Debatable.
Yeah. Testosterone addled.
Savages.
Creatures. Yeah.
Yeah. Creatures. That's a good word. There was like public school beef. The public school and the Catholic school kids had beef.
Okay.
Two little groups there. Like,
right.
Sort of the like, some of the like more basic, I would call it, or mainstream, like dressing dudes.
Yeah.
And like the skaters would have beef.
Oh, so there's like a subset of beef.
There was some beef between my guy friend. Not really. They're probably, some of them are listening to this and will like hopefully chuckle because like.
And maybe fact check.
Well, they didn't fight physically, at least in my recollection, but like my Manhattan friends from Stuyvesant and my Rockaway friends, right? Like Manhattan elitist Stuyvesant kids, and then like the outer borough Queens boys,
more hard scrabble
Queens
boys.
and Brooklyn boys.
Yes.
So like that's some of my observation as it relates to New York.
We had ours would be the private and public school kids, though we by and large got along behind each other's backs. They would call us Long Island trash. That was what they dubbed us, and we were like, they are all like filthy rich and like never have to worry about anything, and their houses are dope. But that was it, just like typical. I guess that's typical, socioeconomic anxiety, but that's, or not animosity rather.
There was no, there was definitely no teenage. I don't know if you had experienced this teenage like race tension at all.
No,
not in New York.
No, except for when I saw Latin King and a Blood go at it on the one train when I was a freshman. That was pretty intense.
Back to teens on the train.
Very
teens
intense.
On the train. Scariest thing in the world.
Included blades and slashings. Yeah.
Because they just have no understanding of risk or anything. They're like, could you be more self-centered than a teenager? I'm not sure.
No, I know for myself. Like
you think you're in your own world and you have no understanding of
perfect soldiers. Like send this 18-year-old out there. Yes, that's what I guess. Yeah. So
I don't think teenage beef makes New York go round.
Okay, but what about the ethnic strife that we always heard about in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and to a lesser extent now?
I never heard about the ethnic stripe in the 70s and 80s. Like the stories I heard.
Rights riots.
Oh, but no one that I know was like directly a part of that.
For sure.
I mean, like the Bronx burning and all this stuff. Like
yes.
You heard about, like I heard about, but the beef that I heard about, it was like barroom beef.
Yes.
Drunk bar fights and shit like that.
And I think neighborhoods used to be a little more, I mean, Manhattan's not, just a little more homogenous. So I think that.
Neighborhoods are still homogenous.
True. I mean, there's a little bit of a churn, but eventually one ethnicity is like, we're out. It's like, this ain't the good old days anymore. And then another ethnicity moves in.
Yeah.
For sure. But I feel like that's part of the energy, right? It's just like a tension of like, you're not like us, so we're going to leave, or we're going to come in.
So what do you think the race beef is? What are the races that are beefing the most?
I thought we were going to throw out like a top 5 and people can correct us.
Or agree or disagree.
Right. Well, yes, agree or disagree. Okay. There are some things that like, there's some old world stuff that's going to be tough for me to touch upon. Like, I don't know if Indians and Pakistanis like fucking hate each other now, but like, in the old country, that shit is real. An easy one, even though they're all intermarried, but I think there's a lot of tension. The Catholic Church keeps it all together.
You're going to take my Irish and Italians.
I'll let you do it. You have way more experience than I have.
Well, because everyone in my family.
I'll give you mine. My buddies, I have a lot of Jewish friends. Grew up in a Jewish neighborhood. The Upper West Side, still very Jewish. My buddies are extremely secular, extremely. I would say identify, and they can correct me, as like culturally Jewish, but like they're not going to temple. I don't know if they're going to bar bat mitzvah for their kids, whatever it may be, or like reform at best. I feel like reform, and I feel like reform / secular, and then like Orthodox / Hasidic Jews are at extreme odds. I don't think it's like boiling over into like fighting, but like I think they look at each other as.
Yeah, I think that the Reformed think that the Hasids make them look bad, and the Hasids are like you're like not Jew. Really Jews.
Yes.
Irish and Italian in my family goes back for generations.
You're the only one.
I think that like the boomer generation is still the one that's gripping onto this because like
naturally
my like mom's side are Irish Catholics, and like you just didn't marry an Italian because they're so culturally they're both Catholics, but like you so culturally different.
Right.
And she would always joke that like whatever someone married,
even though her neighbors were all Italian, and
one of her loved Italians, but like one of her first cousins married an Italian, and they wore black to the
Italians wore black
to the church,
and the Irish were drunk naturally.
But they are like Catholicism keeps them unified, but there is a lot of cultural difference.
Catholicism's a big tent, yes.
So I'm not so sure about like how outward the beef is, but there's tension.
Yes,
back to the word tension.
Dominicans and Puerto Ricans.
That's big.
Big. I know there's some like Spanish colonial thing. I should do a little history check, but it's the Dominicans and Puerto Ricans are. Yeah. A lot of pride on both sides. That's a big one. And I
had something else.
You said African Americans and Koreans.
Is it Korean or
yeah.
And
less so here. Less so here.
And the bodega.
Bodega's real, but like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it, but they're in the community. What was another one that came to mind? I mean, this is like real old world shit, but like Albanians and Serbs, not good. Yeah,
I don't know anything about that.
Bad, a lot of bad blood.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're I
think you're talking about like more like geopolitical shit.
I know, but then they come here and it's the same shit. All the Albanians are like, all of the Albanians are my cousins. You don't see like the Serbians or the Croats hanging out with them.
It's so interesting how like everyone has their like.
The Poles don't hang out with the Russians that much.
Their own rackets too, right?
Yes.
Everyone's got their rackets.
Yes, totally. Right. Like I feel like,
and it's generational.
You get your haircut either at the Albanian spot. I mean, if you're depending on where you are, Albanian spot or like the spot that's run by the Russians.
Yeah.
Poles and Russians. Yeah, there's plenty. So I feel like this still like drives a lot of people.
Yeah.
I feel like we should rank.
There's tension there. There's tension, in other facets of like, I don't know how real like the NYPD FDNY beef is.
I think it's in a lot of ways quite. I mean, I don't think they're fighting each other, but they're the same person just split into different camps, into different public sector jobs.
They're mad at each other for some reason. I guess I should ask them. I should ask some of my friends why.
Yes.
I think the cops think that they work harder than the firemen.
Yes.
And the firemen are like, fuck that. I don't know.
We're running into buildings.
Well, so are cops.
Yes.
I don't know why. That's just speculation.
Yes. FD, PD. Yes. For sure.
Neighborhoods obviously have beef.
Naturally.
Rappers have beef.
Upper West Side and Upper Yorkville specifically, because Upper East Side is like rarefied air.
I mean, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are now having their own
hate each other. Bronx and Queens, yeah. Or hate each other. I mean, they're insulting each other's kids. I guess that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's bad. That should be off.
Really bad.
If you ask me.
It should be off limits. I think that's like the last line. That's the last line you cross in hip hop before it's like,
Yeah, a lot of like infighting with New York rappers historically. We already talked about Cam and Mace, who are now besties again.
I think hip hop is the underlying.
Cam and Jim Jones.
Talk about the rocket fuel of like beef and hip hop. I mean, look what it did for people's careers.
I mean, obviously Tupac and Biggie, but that's not within New York.
No,
that's
it's not.
East versus West, and we all know what's best.
Yeah.
Even though they say West is best.
No.
Fuck that.
No. And I don't want to go.
I mean,
I don't want to go off on my Tupac aside. Very important human being. Not the greatest rapper ever.
I like his songs.
Yeah, of course.
But
yeah, of course, he's great, but
he's a super talented human.
Probably would have won Oscars if he
many respects.
Yeah,
he was a creative genius.
Had the goods.
In his own right. But
I also see a lot of. I think Tupac is the greatest like performer that's like existed in my lifetime. Just like live performer. I think he was exactly what you wanted him to be, whether that was America, whether that was a rap label, whether that was Suge Knight, whether that was, he was a perfect chameleon. And I think he's one of these people. I don't think Donald Trump's dissimilar, that started believing like lived with so much within his own head that like he projected reality onto others.
Yeah, that's powerful.
That's as powerful it gets when you can bend the people to your will, when you can like, project your own reality for sure.
Yeah. I try to do that myself.
Jay-Z and Nas, look what it did. I mean, especially for Jay-Z's career. Jay-Z.
I was just thinking back to I was just meditating on this, like as we're talking, and I was thinking about your initial thesis of like, it makes the city go round. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking of how it relates in business, right? Like these
guys totally get off on that, right?
No, but I'm just saying like tension creates like, if you're a capitalist, like tension in all of these things, like helps drive innovation,
conflict,
and help
ingenuity,
make businesses better, or go out of business, competition, all of this stuff. So, if you subscribe to the fact that we're the capital of the world financially and otherwise, then, yes, in a lot of respects, makes the city go around, makes business go around. It makes relationships go around too, right? Like, there should be tension in friendships, familial relationships, and like romantic relationships, if you ask me.
A big thought with all this like ChatGPT AI, people, boyfriends and partners coming online or whatever it may be, companionship, just like not having to deal with friction. Because there's these...
Yeah, because it's uncomfortable. Friction sucks. Confrontation sucks. But like the more you can get comfortable with that discomfort, like the more you're going to grow personally, and then ideally
professionally and
professionally and personally, within your relationships in business and otherwise.
Yeah.
So yes, maybe there's something really at the root there of like
the skyscrapers.
Continuing to keep us on top of the world is the underlying tension that drives the whole city.
Think about it. Like Empire State Building versus the Chrysler Building. New York has 2 sports teams in every single professional sport. Like, I think we've just been pitted against each other, and it's just like, go fucking Hunger Games it out right now, and may the best arrive, and they'll rise to the very top of society.
Yeah.
I mean, Bloomberg bought his mayorship and then obviously did a great job. It's just like, yeah, I can self-fund. I'm the richest person here.
Bring him back.
I know. I don't know if he's still got a 100 mile per hour fastball, but I do think it's really what, like, how many industries are predicated on settling disputes. We have all the lawyers in the world here, all the banks in the world here.
I think there's good tension and then there's bad tension. And I've been like seeing a lot of unproductive tension.
And this ties into
especially
Diwali.
Like fucking, it ties into Diwali. I was going to go on.
I'm going to co-opt Diwali in a second, but I missed my cue. Go ahead.
I was going to go on to like ranting about group chats.
Please.
So we're on like WhatsApp chats for school, on our building. Those are the 2 main things. And there's never tension on the school one.
I'm in the neighborhood one. I haven't checked yet, but I've been told it's good fodder, and I'm going to go in.
Our building one, where there are like 100 units or whatever, plus 200, I don't know, a lot of units in our building.
Yeah, I was given the official number. I forgot.
And it's just, whenever that WhatsApp chat pops off, it's like entertainment for me, because we don't own in the building, like we're subletting. But people get, first of all, the fear that arises, like if someone sees something, and that's just horrifying in and of itself, like how powerful like the psychology of a group chat is.
Yes.
Not to get off topic, but I've witnessed this in multiple realms, from like a fear thing. Oh my God, I saw this guy do this, and then like
pervasive
chaos on the group chat. Like, oh my God, like the world's collapsing. What's happening? My children, 911, and there's panic. Over like one little like smoke signal on a group chat. There's also tension in our building right now with leadership and the board and people complaining, and then it just becomes like fierce, sort of feral and in probably a good way. Like, again, I'm not really getting in the game, but like
politics. They're
trying to like make the building better and the operations of the building better, but doing it in 2024 5 or like digitally is like a whole other conversation.
As opposed to doing like a town hall, like a building meeting and people.
The psychology of people just like going. I mean, I was on a fucking, not to totally divert, the conversation, but like I was on a group chat for a bachelor party. Yes, I've been to 3 bachelor parties. I grew up, my best friends are guys. I was on a bachelor party text.
Almost more than I have. Tied. Yeah.
About like where we're going on this bachelor party. It was a destination years ago. And all of a sudden, just from 10 minutes of men, I think if this was women, it would not have gone down this way. I'm going to just say this is a male thing, but like literally within 10 minutes, a trip is like some pictures are flying. You can imagine if you're a man and you've ever been on a bachelor party group text, like pictures are flying and like this is happening. And we're all like, I'm not saying anything. I'm just kind of observing the banter. And all of a sudden within 10 minutes, like a destination has been picked and a down payment's been put down on a house.
And it ain't Nashville.
And it's,
halfway
I don't even want to like go where it was. Cause like,
you might get blindfolded being driven there to avoid cartels. Maybe.
I don't know. No, it wasn't. I don't know. Maybe you would in that country too, but it was somewhere like this crew does not, like that's not how they get down. I've known them my whole life. And I was like, how did we wind up in this destination? Then I wind up.
Mob mentality.
It was mob mentality. It was truly mob. Like someone just put it out there. It's like sending the fear like of, I saw a guy doing this on the corner, like, grab your wife and children and flee.
Move out of state.
And this was like, I just smoke signal into like, anyway, we're going way off topic, but we wound up, there was a down payment already put down on a house and everyone's,
flights
then
booked.
the groom winds up calling me because I'm the woman and I'm going to like now save the day. Being like, I don't think this is a good idea. I'm like, I definitely don't think this is a good idea.
It is in fact not a good idea.
This is not our style.
Yeah.
And I have to go into the group chat and like fall on the sword and like rearrange the thing. And we wound up in Miami and we had a great time.
But it was all performative. Everyone was happy you did it. And
yes, no one wanted to go. That's the craziest part. I don't think anyone
you're
actually.
Martyr now you're sainted.
I don't think anyone actually wanted to. I don't think one person. They were just like
fucking testosterone wore off. They were like, "What are we doing? Getting on a plane for 12 hours?
Go to a foreign country to like sex traffic or whatever the fuck it was, wherever we were going."
Yes, a foreign country that is
not sex traffic. That's
questionable
a ridiculous thing to say, but like just a ridiculous place that was not in any way.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But talking about group chat.
Diverting from tension.
Why don't you talk about the group chat where the woman like threw a live grenade and then said, "That's why I moved out."
Generally, tension helps make things progress and grow in the right way.
Yes, totally. And I think
so. Yeah, maybe
conflict, like whether it's actual like legit conflict, it creates ingenuity. So I think this, and I kind of think darkness is winning right now. Just a little bit.
No, I'll tell you what's light. A woman with a stroller in New York.
Yes.
I think that might be the least tense.
It's like a sacred animal.
Yeah. It's like the least tense. Someone come at me if you think there's something. I don't think elderly people get more respect. I think they're like the most. A woman with a stroller is generally the most respected entity I've personally been a part of and witnessed.
Properly avoided. When you got like the double wide twin strollers, it's a little tough. It's a little tough for the people of New York. But yes,
I think if I was dictator for a day,
you're banning them.
No fucking. I mean, if you have twins, I think that's the only acceptable case.
So you would double check that they're twins. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double wides, New York City? No.
Crazy.
Burbs. Out. Bye.
And now they've made these single ones like with like a little like console.
Sidecar. Like a sidecar.
Yeah.
No. Dead. Bye.
Wow.
Burbs.
You've got a couple of dictators for a day. You do.
But anyway, a woman in New York City, there's no tension generally around a woman in New York City.
No.
People hold the doors for you. People carry your stroller for you up and down stairs. They step out of the way
Hades.
for you.
Yeah. What's that? 53rd
That's the least tense entity, I think.
53rd and 5th, I think you're like literally like 500 feet. You're like closer to hell than you are the surface of New York City. And I've helped a woman up and like was pouring sweat for the rest of the day. But yeah, you're right. You are given carte blanche. Not carte blanche is not the right word. You are very respected.
Or like sainted in a way.
Yes, totally. I'm sure people around here, around us, get annoyed. All those bankers must be like, there are so many effing strollers. I even feel that way, and I'm pushing one. I'm annoyed as I'm pushing one. But it's a good dance. We all generally know how to drive them. Yeah.
I mean, when you step out of stroller land, like when you're on the subway,
yes.
whatever, like,
yes.
you know.
Also, there's designated stroller zones. It's familial neighborhoods. Like, you're not going into Midtown with your fucking stroller. We've done that before, and it's not pretty.
I have a family friend. My mom was reminding me of this. I have a family friend who lost most of her eyesight at a young age and has a child who's now grown. Like, I think the child's in college, but when she was young, she was in the stroller and like taking the subway to work. And she would just stand at the top of the stairs and someone would inevitably come by and help her down the stairs with her stroller.
That is good, defeating evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah. Something that doesn't need to get better in New York. That's good.
Okay. Yeah.
At least in my experience.
Yeah. Trying to think.
No tension necessary to make it better.
Patsy's and Grimaldi's, a pizza place beef. Sponey Gardens guy got killed for his recipe. It all kind of stems.
Yeah, but was that about... That was
not
necessarily.
Yeah, that's monetary stuff. That's real crime. That's like, yeah, that's not just people being angry.
Oh, people are competitive, right? Like they're going to compete on every level here.
Yeah, which leads me
to business, pizza,
benching,
space, pedestrian. I got the street. Space. No, you got the street. No, I got the fucking street.
Yes, yes, these 7 halal carts that all set up by each other. Are they in cahoots? There's like 4 of them in one place. I don't know. But that leads me to my dictator for a day, dictator for life. I do. It's all car related. There's 1 and 1A.
I like wrapping it up with dictator for
life.
For life.
Yeah.
Oh, you're dictator for life.
I am.
I co-opted dictator for a day.
No, you're part of the regime.
Like, no, I'm not. I'm not putting my name on this.
Okay.
Because I disagree with
when they come after me, you need to flee.
I disagree with some of your penalties.
All right. Okay, but basically this is all quality of life stuff, right? This is all quality of life stuff. I'm not gonna get in your pocketbook. I'm not gonna tell you how to think. I'm just gonna tell you how to act. So that's it. This is car stuff. I don't know. We have electric cars that Teslas apparently work very well. And there's BYD in China that work very well. We've got electric cars, people working on flying cars or something kind of the flying variety. Technology in cars is only going to get better and better.
I hope we're alive to see a flying car, like the Jetsons.
Yes, that'd be great. But why haven't we figured out, why isn't there 2 tones for a horn? Why isn't there like, stop looking at your phone, it's a green light, we gotta go. Just like beep, beep. And that's not just a tapping thing. Most cars you need to like, you tap and it sounds like you're a freaking Mack truck. Why isn't there that tone and then an extreme tone like my life is threatened, like, and if you come into my lane anymore, we're getting in a car accident, we're getting in a fist fight.
This is an actual emergency.
Yes.
You're mad about people abusing their horns.
Yes. And wailing on the horns. It's just so run of the mill. People don't even wait 2 seconds sometimes until there's a green light. They're already wailing on the horn. And all this noise pollution just makes us more
tension.
Exactly. More and more crazy, more and more tense, more and more animosity.
Does it make it more efficient though? Because like, get the fuck off your phone if you're sitting there at the red light.
So we're just slaves to a clock and efficiency.
Also, always curious, like how much like horn honking is cultural. Because like you go to Africa, back to the African guys.
Turkey, apparently, big time.
And I travel in Africa, like the bus, they're basically dollar vans everywhere in like the African cities. And the guy's just like beeping the horn. And that's just like what happened.
Yes, I do wonder. But here, people lay on their horns and then it becomes.
I do. And it sends like a panic through like there. You can feel the like chemicals in your like amygdala doing like fight or flight right away.
Yes. As a pedestrian, it's very jarring. Can we not figure out a way to do like...
I mean, someone honked at me in Rockaway, like coming home the other day from my mom's. And I was sitting there. I was not on my phone. Yeah. I don't pick my phone up, especially if the kids are in the car, even at a red light. and it takes like a split second to move your fucking foot from the brake to the gas pedal.
Totally.
I was looking at the light. Like it just like is, there's no need to put the hand on the horn like immediately.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the punishment?
Punishment 1, your car just doesn't have a horn.
Wait, so what is it? What is the crime? You've abused your horn.
You've abused your horn, and there used to be
Horn
that, like
should just
those
be-
signs for like $500 fines for like excess honking. You don't see those anymore. They just like chuck those. They're like, we don't.
I don't know how they enforce those.
Yeah. Yeah,
So.
right. And like, what are you going to argue? Like,
Maybe they get horn cameras the way they have speeding cameras.
the way.
Oh, you like the fucking cameras, and now you got me on the cameras. I don't want more cameras.
More cameras and now microphones. So now, like, it's all being.
Okay, but the crime is
All
stop using your horn unless it's an emergency.
No. But also make cars that have 2 tones of horn.
Okay, dictator is usually a crime, and then there's a punishment.
Here comes the punishment. 1, you just don't have a horn anymore. Now you're out there in the world, no horn. If someone gets in your lane,
No,
no.
that's death.
You shouldn't have been a fucking repeat offender.
See, this is why I'm not co-branding.
You shouldn't have been a repeat offender
for a day.
Okay.
And no brand is ever going to sponsor Dictator for a day.
I think CarMax is going to holler at me right now, or like Progressive. Where's Progressive or Allstate? We could get insurance right now. We need insurance money.
Also, for their brand.
Tesla. I don't want Elon Musk's money, but like Tesla, do this. Elon Musk, you're fucking some kind of genius, I think. Make two tones of horn. Anyway, if you're an excessive horn person, you get found out. You just lay on your horn, you get found out. Now your car doesn't have one, so you're just subject. You've been emasculated. So that's, and then we're just gonna go straight to like. That's phase 1. There's no phase 2 or 3. Phase 4 is you sit in a room, more sonic, like psyop, psychological warfare, and all you hear is the wailing of an FDNY fire truck that is ripping down the street, wailing on its siren. And that's what you have to deal with for 23 of 24 hours a day.
Every day of your life?
It might be like a 48-hour thing. It might be
okay. I'm okay-ish.
a 5-year thing.
No.
Okay.
48-hour thing. I'm okay-ish with that. We can't.
We're not reinstating your horn. You're on probation.
How about we just revoke their license?
No.
That's my solution. You're not allowed to drive anymore.
Oof. Take the train. Get honked at. Okay. That's a light punishment. You're always the voice of reason here. I'm looking for like blood sport here.
Okay. Well. Honk your horn too much, lose your license.
/ lose your horn / lose your eardrums.
Yeah.
In that order. That's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah. New York, dark place.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Ideally the light.
No more Halloween until Halloween.
No, I've got a good. This might be the culmination of Dictator for next week.
Until then. Also working on an outro.
Yeah.
But
yeah, until then.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We say that every week. Bye. Thank you. Is everything